Buongiorno friends, this is Ray and welcome back to the Port of Indecision channel. We just got back from a 23-day adventure we're calling the Best of Italy and Croatia. We spent 3 days in Venice before taking a train down to Ravenna to board the Celebrity Constellation. Our first port of call was Trieste, followed by Zadar. Then we went to Brindisi, Italy, crossing the Adriatic Sea. We then came back across the Adriatic Sea to Kotar, then to Split, Croatia. We toured the walls of Dubrovnik, and then after touring Dubrovnik, we had a day at sea as we sailed around the boot of Italy, and we went between Italy and Sicily. And we headed to the Amalfi Coast, where we docked in Salerno and then went to see the Pompeii ruins. The next day we sailed back up to Civitavecchia, where we got a train and went into Rome and spent a day touring there before we traveled up by train to Florence and then down to Siena. And then we spent a day in the Tuscan wine country before heading back along the coast. And we stopped in San Gimignano and then took a train to Cinque Terre, spent 3 days there, and then finished up our trip in Milan and Lake Como. In today's episode, we will continue our stroll through the streets of Rome and cross over the Tiber River to meet our group for an evening food tour in the Rome neighborhood of Trastevere. We'll be visiting 5 different food establishments, so come on and see what Rome has to offer for food before we head back to our hotel room. If this is your first time visiting the Port of Indecision, welcome, and please click on the subscribe button to join in on our adventures. There is no passport required, and it's free. Also, please remember to give the video a thumbs up to help the channel grow, and we always welcome and respond to all comments. Enjoy the video.
We sailed from the port of Indecision.
Well, our busy Monday continued. We had docked this morning in Civitavecchia, took the train into Rome, toured the Roman Colosseum, also walked the Roman Forum, and now we were on our way to our meeting point for the dinner. And we were just going to take in some of the sights and make sure we had plenty of time to get to our meeting point, as we didn't want to be late for the Roman neighborhood food tour in Trastevere. Rome is such an amazing city. How all of this history has been preserved or unearthed, and still a busy, vibrant city has grown around it. As we were walking over the Ponte Fabricio, we heard somebody say that this was the oldest bridge still in existence in Rome and was built in 62 BC. And this is where the Tiber River has been separated. So we're walking over one half of the Tiber River now and then heading to the meeting place. And I have to tell you, not only was it warm, we needed a nice adult beverage, but we were getting really hungry since we had that pizza before touring the Colosseum. Well, just on the other side of the bridge was this little cute piazza, and we were able to find a monument in the shade to sit under, have a nice cold beer, and wait for our guide, who was named Valentina Petraroli, and she was going to be our guide for the evening through the food tour.
You can imagine all the historical figures crossing the bridge, such as Mark Antony, Cleopatra, the Pope Gandhi. Tonight, we're going to be crossing the other bridge and reach the neighborhood of Trastevere. Now repeat after me, Trastevere.
Trastevere.
Very good. Trastevere literally means trans the Tiber. The Tiber was the name of the river in Latin, and it literally means across the river. It was home to the early Christian community.
Our tour had now begun, and Valentina always would say, "Andiamo," and we would be on our way.
Gonna have a word for you. She's gonna have an Italian word for you.
Andiamo.
Hello, Hello, how much more damage we can do.
As we went deeper and deeper into the Trastevere neighborhood, we were glad to have hired a tour guide and got onto this tour because we would have never found these places.
And welcome to the first stop and welcome to the end. This has been a family-owned business for 4 generations. This is no more than just a restaurant. It's also a coffee bar and a shop. Here we're gonna be breaking the ice with a glass of Colosseum. So please follow me inside. Andiamo.
Andiamo. Buenos Aires. I got it. Woo!
Therefore, is anyone celebrating anything today? Is it a special?
His birthday.
Oh,
It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday.
It's in 2 days. We have to celebrate everywhere. It's his birthday week.
5 little restaurants, and we're gonna celebrate it.
Our first stop, Ercole, was one of the most impressive little stores or coffee shops that I had ever seen. The deli case was amazing, the bar, and this was actually an old theater that had been converted into a restaurant and coffee shop and also a food shop. It's a small restaurant, but just the interior is incredible.
Wow.
Upstairs, behind the curtain to the left.
That is so awesome. So that was the stage and this is where the people sat? Wow. This is amazing, isn't it? This is so cool. This is where they sat, and I guess that was the stage down there. Wow.
Ercole is the Italian form of the name Hercules, which was a Greek mythological hero renowned for his strength and courage.
At the bottom, as I said,
very nice.
Aperol Spritz Campari, then Prosecco Soda Water.
All right, let me catch your first sip. Ready?
Well, this is mixed with.
Oh, this is mixed?
Yeah, this is mixed with what?
Aperol Prosecco Soda Water.
Prosecco
Oh.
and soda water.
This might be a lot better.
Oh,
This
yeah.
might be. Go ahead.
Is it matcha?
Ladies first. Ladies
Matcha.
first.
Spritz in our hand, I'm going to sing Andiamo.
Andiamo.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is. I love that. Where's? There he is. Look at Ray's Aperol. Jim's Aperol.
It grows on you.
Oh, wait.
Hoover. We did one in Vancouver, but this one already tops it after one stop.
Well, the Italian food.
Yes.
I can eat it all day long.
Welcome to the main square and welcome to Santa Maria in Trastevere. This beautiful square takes the name from the church over there, one of the only churches that was dedicated to the Virgin Mary. You can see her depicted right in the middle, 5 virgins on the right, 5 on the left, 4 apostles at the bottom. As you can see, we use this square like a gathering point, a meeting point. Now they are restoring it, but the fountain over there, it's from the 1800s and normally becomes the perfect sofa for having an Aperol Spritz or Aperol.
Some of us finished our Aperols already. It's an Aperol for Jim at a time.
What do you think is the symbolic meaning of rainbow?
Well, I think it's welcoming.
Or is it wealth?
I don't know.
Oh, they didn't have green money back then.
Yeah.
These guys make pizza, but then you're gonna be eating a typical Roman roasted pork meat called the porchetta. What is porchetta? Porchetta is a deboned piece of pork loin, seasoned with fennel seeds, rosemary, black pepper, salt, and a touch of garlic and sage leaves. Slowly roasted for a long time, 8 hours, so that the fat melts down and the outside of the skin stays nice and crispy. It's gonna be hand-carried and placed inside the Roman pizza with a thin and crunchy base. We're gonna be pairing pizza with porchetta with beer.
Oh.
Beer?
You had me a beer.
Always with beer because it's easy.
Jim, look at these things here.
Oh my
Kayla, Anna. What's your name? Jill?
Shirley.
Shirley. Gabriel. Matt.
Kelly.
And if you don't want to be in the video, you just gotta let me know.
No, you're
Kelly.
And he'll put you in there.
Carol. Ryan.
This is our porchetta. Let me see where I gotta get the name of the restaurant again. Oh, come on. La Renella.
Here is a Sardinian beer, unfiltered, which is more popular than Peroni at the moment. Okay, we're gonna go to the left-hand side. Andiamo.
Our third stop was Enoteca Ferrera Ristorante, and Valentina had invited me in to take a look at this refurbished building, and she said, look at these beams and all of the different artifacts they had from many excavations they've done. It was truly eye-opening and very interesting to walk around this beautiful restaurant.
Well, they were my son. He's 47.
Yeah, he did send him like on Saturday.
At our third stop, we had a glass of nice chilled white wine, and what was very interesting is we had an onion top that had been fried, and I have to tell you, this was one of the most interesting and delicious things I've tasted.
This is the main entrance of the place Ferrara.
Oh,
Over
Ferrara.
here.
Okay.
This is Andiamo.
Andiamo. Look at this tree with the ivy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
the suppli. Suppli is spelled S-U-P-P-L-I. Suppli comes from the French word surpris, because the French soldier didn't expect what was inside. So we have high quality risotto rice, cooked in tomato sauce and basil, filled with a heart of fresh mozzarella cheese, dipped in breadcrumbs, deeply fried in sunflower oil. You have a napkin in front of your seat.
Okay. You said
It's time for a stroll now. A little digestible before we go for pasta. Okay, we have a pasta sauce.
Our fifth and final stop on the restaurant tour was Ristorante Pancrazio, which is a beautiful restaurant that opened up in 1922. And Valentina had a surprise for us. She was going to take us underground to the ruins of Theater of Pompeii, or the Pompeii Theater. Ristorante Pancrazio stands on the ruins of the Theater of Pompeii in Rome, and it's been known since 1922 for its unique location and the flavor of its typical Roman cuisine. The Theater of Pompeii was the largest theater in ancient Rome, and the restaurant is located right on its ruins, a few steps from Campo di Fiori, in the areas that saw the killing of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. And we went right below to the theater area where we are here, and our guide Valentina is pointing out the area that they believe Julius Caesar was killed in.
See, the concept is violent, exactly. Lucky cats. Lucky cats. To chew on top of the bricks. I like it. Very, very sorry. And this one is a Greeketto grape. Also, pairs very well in case you don't want red wine. Otherwise, we're having Sangiovese.
Oh.
A grape as
love
well.
Sangiovese.
But normally they come to serve it.
Did we get a Sangiovese? Is that the Sangiovese? It's brilliant.
That's all Tim outside the game.
There you go. Yeah. On the outside. That's
And we're gonna go with whatever it is. Okay, no, I'm sorry.
Just finishing up with the Trastevere food tasting tour, and now we're heading back to our hotel. It's a beautiful night here in Rome, taking in the sights of some ancient ruins. Seconds, come on.
3.
No, 17, 15. One.
Aperol spritz.
You want to stop here?
No.
There's one down there. Talk about the carvings.
Well, we had quite the day in Rome. We started off early touring the Colosseum, the Forum, and then doing a food tour through the Trastevere neighborhood. Well, it's back to the hotel now, and probably in just a few hours we'll be heading off to Siena via Florence and starting a new adventure. So make sure you tune in to the next episode, episode 13, when we'll be in Siena and Tuscany. Thanks again for watching.